2015 has been a year of big success in the peace process between the FARC guerrillas and the Colombian government. Our correspondent Natalia Margarita now has a recap of some of those achievements over the past year.
Yearnings for peace mobilized thousands across Colombia this year. Meanwhile, in Havana, efforts were being intensified to push forward a peace process that has advanced much further than any other previous negotiations with the FARC insurgency. Considered by many as the most pressing issue of the talks, an agreement on the point of justice and victims came as a major breakthrough.
This is an historic advance. It's the chance for truth and acknowledgement to be central, to be the first stage of reparation. And it has to be that way because victims' reparations could not be understood without acknowledging first what has really happened in Colombia.
Within an agreement based on reparations, guarantees of non-repetitions and truth for the victims, all actors that have been involved are now expected to acknowledge their responsibility in a conflict that has left over 7 million victims and deep wounds. After 30 years of one of Colombia's most traumatic events, President Santos accepted the state responsibility and apologized for the forced disappearances during the 1985 military retake of the Palace of Justice.
Hoy reconozco la responsabilidad del Estado.
In a much more private and far more significant ceremony for the victims, the FARC asked the people of Bojayá for forgiveness for the 2002 events, when a homemade projectile aimed at paramilitary troops exploded instead in a church, killing dozens.
Por quienes ojalá algún día seamos perdonados.
Harm caused to the community and its members is literally irreparable. This does not mean that we can't get beyond the past or that the recognition of the victims cannot lead to their empowerment and their future projection.
On the way to strengthen the confidence of society towards the peace process, a joint operation between the army and the FARC to start clearing landmines was also agreed in Havana. It was the first time Colombia was seeing battlefield enemies working together to create conditions of peace in the rural war zones. The humanitarian cost of war diminished to levels unseen in a long time, as FARC also complied with a series of unilateral truces, which the government responded to by halting airstrikes.
Many lives have been saved and calm has returned to many places across the country. This no doubt has to do with the FARC's decision to advance in a unilateral ceasefire and in general all the peace process that Havana has brought.
Nothing is agreed until everything is agreed is the principle of the negotiations in which a final peace deal has yet to be reached. However, this year brought for many a slight glimpse of a Colombia other than the one at fierce war. Natalia Margarita, teleSUR, Colombia.